Well, I damaged my memory card socket, and I got to figure out if I can repair it or do I just replace it. That's what I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. So I'm doing a live video because y'all know who I am. I'm Mac Lively, and I just want to possibly get this thing done and over with. Hopefully, I can fix it. If I can't, I'm gonna have to replace it. So let's just get this set up so y'all can see this. Should be able to see that like that. And this is one of them things, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's always some money, man. It's always some money. I didn't know about this 1,000 issue until it actually happened. I didn't know nothing about that. These things were very fragile. All right, so I didn't know. So here I am, going to try to repair this thing and see what happens. So what had happened inside here? There are pins. There's pins inside there. Let me um let me make sure my camera's cleaned off. Sorry about that. Just gotta make sure that shit's cleaned off. All right. So what had happened was there's pins inside of here. I don't know if you can see them. There's some pins in there, man. And these pins, they're real fragile. They're very fragile. Let me try something real quick. Hold on. Yeah, these pins are real fragile. So if you see them pins down in there, all right, two of the pins are damaged. One of them I tried to fix. I took a little tool, right? A little dental tool I had, which is this right here. I took this, stuck it down in there while I was on the machine, while this was in the machine, right? This memory board was in the machine. And I just tried to bend it. And one I got straight, the other one broke off and it very fragile. Right. So what I did was I was like, all right, well, let me order another one. So you can order just this memory slot piece right here, just this alone, but the soldering on this is you gotta be real good at soldering, like seriously. And I'm not that good at soldering, so I this piece will cost you about $30. I know where to get it for $10. There's a site on it. I don't know exactly what. All you got to do is look this piece up, and then you'll see it on another site just for $10. I got this MPC stuff sells it for $30, which I don't understand, but it's what it is. Everybody got to make a dollar, right? So I decided I'm just gonna buy the whole board. So I bought the whole board. I got another one right here from MPC stuff. It's not open yet. I'm going to see if this one pin will it still read? Because before, I didn't know it was damaged, so I looked inside because my card reader wouldn't read. So I was like, what is going on? So I was like, all right, well, let me do some troubleshooting. So I looked inside and I saw the pins that were damaged. So I was like, damn. So I was like, all right, well, let me just go ahead and try to bend them back, and then I'll be back in business. Man, I got one bent right, and then the other one, no, I didn't. It didn't work right. So here I am. So what I did was I straightened the one out. There's one missing, but I read that one of them, some of them are grounds, and you probably don't need one of them grounds. So that's what I'm going to do before I replace this. I'm going to put it back in, test it, and see if it is will it still work. If it still work, I'm just going to send that other one back. The other one, they're not cheap, man. They're not cheap. I'm not lying. Shit's not cheap. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna put this all to the side, and I'm gonna finish. I already got it. Somewhat apart. And I'm just gonna do it live. Get this thing back up and running. That's why you haven't seen me use it, because I broke it. And that comes from moving too fast with the card reader and stuff, and that's what happened. I'm not gonna lie, I was moving fast, man. Didn't realize it, and bam. So I gotta remember to see how this goes back in. Now, can I do it? Yeah, I think I can do it. I took it apart. So let's see if I can put this thing back in here again. And let's see. So the only thing that I know is that this ribbon right here goes like this. Now this is not gonna be easy, man. So you're gonna have to work with me. This ribbon has to seat in here. And I forgot how it goes. So I'm just gonna assume it goes this way. So I'm gonna slide this back up in the slot. There's two little pins right here that you have to pull down. Right? So I'm gonna slide this ribbon back up in here if I can. And like I said, this is not going. I'm not going to speak into that as hard. It's just you gotta take your time, man. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my time, sit it up in there. All right, that looks like it, man. Then you push these pins back down. All right, we good. And then you take this here and stick this back on here. I don't remember which way this goes. Let's see. Don't want to damage nothing else, so. And just like I said, I'm just gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can just fix this. See if it'll work. Okay, so I got that back in there, got that in there. So now all it is just screw back in, stick it down in here. Gotta kind of wiggle it down in there. All right, stick it back on the slots. So hopefully, there we go. All right, that's good. Now it's just putting the screws back in there. Now, I'm not going to put all the screws back in there. I'm just going to sit it down and maybe put one or two in there. All right. Just going to go ahead and put one right here. All right, put that back down like that. I'm going to over tighten it, right? All right, so that seems pretty tight. And then these here, they got nuts right here. These little bolts right here that go over top of this here like that. All right. Got little bolts that go over top of here like that. And they take a 14 millimeter socket. But I'm not even gonna put that on there. All right, so we got that. Just for safety purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and put this back on. I'm not sure if I need to, but I want to. So I'm just going to put that back on. Rather be safe than sorry. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to see if that one pin is going to matter. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm just going to stick this back on there as well. Like I said, man, if it ain't one thing, it's a damn another, man. You know, with this equipment and stuff, man, I mean, you're going to have problems, so get ready, man. All right, so let's see if we got this on right. I think this is backwards. No, it's not backwards. Let's just stick one more screw right here. Over here, put this one more screw over here. All right, so now we got that, right? We're going to go ahead and plug it up. And we're going to see what happens. Here's the moment of truth. And this is all before I replace it, just to see. And when it comes on, see my JJOS stuff there. Turn this light down a little bit. Turn this light down, son. Get that on over there like that, so. Turn it back up like that. All right, here's the moment of truth. So it comes on. Everything comes on. Now, all I'll say to you is, if you got one of these 1000s, man, just take the time putting these card readers in, man. These things are real fragile, man. And sometimes they don't always sit in right, you know, and then you got to fiddle with it. So I'm just going to take my time, push it in there. It's in. I heard it locked in, right? So now I'm just going, the problem was when I hit mode load, it doesn't do anything. Mode load. So there you go. So you see, I should have did this before I ordered it. So it works. Before it would not read nothing, right? It would not read anything. So if you have one pin that's broke, or even two, or even three, I don't know. I can't tell you that. I didn't know this was going to happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and send this back, or I just might keep it. I don't know. It depends how I feel. You know, that shit wasn't cheap. That shit was like $170, man, with delivery and all that. So here, it's fixed. It's good. It's good money. See, that's crazy, man. I should have did the knowledge before I actually did it. So now, when I take these out, when I take these out, I'm gonna be real cautious. I went on the forums and everybody said they replaced it. No one has done. No one tried to. Some people said that they bent them back, but no one has tried to. Even though one or two were broke, no one has tried to see if it still works. So I'm the only one live in effect. Mac Live is showing you some lively information. This is some good information, man. So hit mode. This is my other card, and bam, my drum. There's all my files right there. Just to be on the safe side, I guess we gotta plug it up, man. Make sure we working. So let's do that real quick. That's not gonna hurt, right? Let's go ahead and plug up. Make sure we good, man. I don't want to go off the feed and then it doesn't work. I'm like, oh, what happened? I thought it worked. I thought it worked too. Whoop. Apparently it didn't. Yeah, so just a quick little recap. The pins was bent. Pins was bent. One snapped off. One of the pins snapped off. Here's the pin right here that snapped off. They real tiny. One of the pins snapped off. I don't know if you can see that in my hand. That little pin right there snapped off. And I went and ordered another card leader. Card slot reader, the socket. But you got to get it with the headphones and all that, or you can buy the card reader slot on its own, and you have to solder it yourself. So I didn't want to do that. So I'm just going to load up something real quick. And every time, like I stated, when I take these cards out, I am not going to pull these cards out fast. I'm not going to even put it in slow. And I'm going to reduce the amount of times I pull these things out. I'm not lying, man. See, like that, sometimes I just don't want to go in right. You got to sit it in there, make sure it slide in, and then you give it a little push, and you good. And this is a known problem with these MPCs, these 1000. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. So I'm just going to load up something real quick. Just to make sure I'm okay with this. Yeah, did you peep that for sale? Man, I should have did this before I ordered the actual the whole thing. I ordered the whole slot with the headphone jack from MPC stuff. But I didn't think of it. I just thought of this when I was getting ready to do the live. Something said, do this first. Fixed it. One pin is missing. Okay, that's broke. What you gonna do about that? The other pin, you bent it back. That was good. So I'm only missing one pin in that slot, and I was told that some of them are ground. So that ground I really probably don't need. So I was like, cool. And the same way when I did with remember the pads. I had cleaned off my XL pads, and instead of me replacing the whole pad unit, I cleaned that one off and reset it, and it worked. It was cool. So let's see, make sure we got this thing popping off. We got a B on here. Yep. Yeah, we good. Good money, man. Right. Oh yeah, so look, I'm not here to play the beats, man. But yeah, it worked. So that's it. So I'm just gonna put it back together. Debating if I want to. I'm probably going to keep this because eventually, what happens if I keep taking out the card reader and stuff, and it breaks another pin, and then that don't work? At least I got one on deck. So that's it, man. So if you got any problems with any type of, I guess, for sale said this applies to the PC fix as well. So yeah, so if you got a 1,000, whatever, any card reader, the pins break, I say try to bend it back. I use this tool right here. This little dental tool I had, and I straightened it up much as possible. I did use some goggles, some magnifying goggles that I have, glasses that I have here, and I used them to make sure I got a good, nice and straight. And bam, there it is. It's a fix, man. Thanks for watching, man. Peace. Yeah, I'll do that.